We're live. What is up, everybody? Why is it out already? Here we go. Welcome to the Artur Beterbiev-Callum Smith live commentary brought to you by Inside Boxing Live. It's been a great night of fights so far. Christian Mabili with a big stunt of a man that was very brave. Rupert Murdoch of Fox News. How's everyone doing out there? Stream is dead. What does that mean? This guy put I got a lot of olds in the chat. Computer mic, I think. Let's get the right mic. Got the mic right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be better now. Somebody let me know. Let me know about the mic right now. How's the mic sound now? I think I fixed it. Anybody? Anybody? Does the mic sound better? Smith by DQ says boxing at better. We good. Yeah, there's always got to be one hiccup here on the stream. I don't know. I'm not good at technology. I'm not good with that type of stuff, but the mic is working. Check your Wi-Fi. The tracker on the bottom is working fine. Video spotty. Why is the Wi-Fi bad? Wi-Fi is very low. Why is that? Do we have a Ethernet cable? I might have to get Ethernet. Fixed. Mic is good, everyone's saying. All right, here we go. What does everyone think for tonight? I'm excited for this. I haven't done a lot of these live commentaries. I've done post-fight lives after the fight's over. This is cool because we're going to be watching the fight together. We got a little wire. Here's some Ethernet cable. Let's see if this helps. I'm going to put that into here. All right, we're going to get this internet fixed. That shouldn't be a problem. Mic is good. Thank you. What do we like tonight? Obviously, Beterbiev is a huge favorite in this fight. There was some talk about a potential upset for Callum Smith in the lead up to this fight, but as we got closer to the fight, I feel like more people are starting to use their heads more and think that there's no way Callum Smith, coming off of 6 rounds fought since 2020, since that Canelo fight, can stop Artur Beterbiev, who is a top 10 pound. And we're back. So what's everyone's picks for tonight? Let's see. Here we got right here. Ian, just bet Smith to win within 6. Yes, if you bet Smith to win in the first 6, it's like plus 1,800. So that would be a wild bet. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would crazier things have happened. I feel like Beterbiev comes up with the show closer. Yes, probably. Internet's getting better. We've got 2 bars now instead of 3. If Smith beats Beterbiev, people will say Beterbiev got old tonight. Yes, of course. It'd be a combination of things. It'd be Smith having an unbelievable performance, and it would also be Beterbiev getting old overnight, which is, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, he's 39 years old. He's been in some, I wouldn't say tough fights, but you know, the fight with the cut in the middle of his face, and from everything I've heard about Beterbiev, is he lives like a very healthy life, to say the least. Very religious guy. He doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, doesn't party. He has had a lot of time off himself. Talking about Callum Smith's inactivity, I mean, Beterbiev hasn't fought that much since as of late either. He's coming off a huge long layoff, and he has about maybe 3 fights in the last 4 years. King Arthur says, Drew. What's up, Drew? 2 Beers podcast. Shout out to them. We got the graphic screen coming up here on ESPN. Nice crowd there in Montreal. They were loving that Maloney fight. Maloney Sanchez, early fight of the year. Put that on the list. Thoughts on Mabili? Was getting hit too. Yeah, he does get hit a lot. He's a fan-friendly fighter. He's a made-for-TV fighter, Mabili. He's not going to last a long time. He's here for a good time. I think he's got enough power and enough volume to sit there and bang with the best of them. I just thought his defense is problem. Morel might be able to land, or he will. Benavidez will chew him up, but he's still fun. There's a name at 168. I mean, there's not that many names at 168. Be careful. Copyright from the NFL. Yeah, you're right. Let's just shut that TV off. Game's over anyway. 26-7. Chiefs win. Knock out the Dolphins. Dolphins went from being one of the best teams in the NFL to straight up out. I'm here so I don't get fined, says William. What's up, William? How are you? What do we got? Robert Rowan. Hello from Sydney, Australia. Where's the doofus Algeri? Gave Algeri the night off. Here comes Artur Beterbiev walking into the ring. 20th ring walk of his professional career. 19-0, 19 stoppages. Beast. Let's go, Callum, says Dylan Furman. Quincy Gibbs. Hello, Quincy Gibbs in the chat. Not going to last for a good time, but will last for a good time. Best quote I heard today. That's right. It's a good boxing quote. Not here for a long time, here for a good time. Fighters that have not a lot of defense. Did anybody put money down on Callum Smith? I'm curious. We talked about it on the show with Algeri. Like, we were going to put down some money on him. I just couldn't bring myself to even burn that much money because I just think Beterbiev's going to win. As of right now, Artur Beterbiev is a minus 475 favorite. Callum Smith, a pretty sizable underdog at plus 340. I'm supporting the Canadian team. Yep. Artur Beterbiev is a citizen of Canada. He's lived in Montreal for like 10 years. He's a very nice guy, soft-spoken guy. He looks like a lunatic inside the ring and has this, exterior as like a hardened dude. But if you watch interviews with him and hear, he's just a regular family guy, very soft-spoken. What's up, Dylan? Glad you're doing the watch along. Hopefully, if you have time, you could do more of these this year. Always love the content. Yes, we'll be doing a lot more of these. They're a lot of fun. And if I'm home watching the fight, I might as well join you guys, right? We'll get Algeri on some of these too. Callum Smith within 6, like you guys said, but I also have Beterbiev in a parlay with UFC fights still alive. That's fun. Hernia de la Cruz saw Eddie in the crowd. Hopefully, we can finally get Bivol Beterbiev. Yeah, that fight is done. Like, if the winner of this fight is gonna fight Bivol in Saudi Arabia, obviously we would like Beterbiev. I'm gonna speak for myself and speak for a majority of boxing fans. We're ready to see Beterbiev Bivol. It's all ready to go in Saudi Arabia next. Even if Callum Smith wins, he'll fight Bivol in Saudi Arabia next. Main event, Mark Schmuck is screaming inside of the ring, doing his thing. Both fighters are in the ring. We doing anthems? No anthems? Love that. Enough of the anthems. I like the anthems for really big fights. Especially the Mexican anthem. The Mexican anthem fires me up. I love the American, the United States anthem too, but Arthur's age a concern? We'll see. It's hard to, how do you predict a guy getting old overnight? I haven't seen too much of that with these older fighters, like, in a while. The watch-alongs are so good for someone new to boxing. Yes, you're right. William, welcome. You're new to boxing? Let's learn. Took the under 8.5 rounds at plus 105. Like that bet a lot. You'll be sweating it out, though, in that 7:30th round. Chris can't be bothered to join these, drinking wine and smoking a cigar by the pool or something. Probably right. I can ask if he wants to join. I'm going to send them the link just in case. I'm going to say, here's the invite. There's an invite button right here. Copy. Copied it. I'm going to email it to Chris. Or I can just send it right to his phone, right? Let's see. Link. You never know what state of mind Algeria's in. He could be. Last I saw on his Instagram story, he was like fixing up his new toilet, fixing his bathroom in his new condo, and I think he's like watching the fights while like doing like housework. What else we got? Arthur's a young 38. If you could be that at his weight, yes, 19 fights, a lot of time off, lives the life of a fighter, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't hang out the clubs. What age did Hopkins show meaningful decline? Like late 40s. His fights started to suck and just become really, really, really unwatchable. Beterbiev will force Smith to fight. No hiding in that, like he did from Canelo. It's a very small ring, 18 by 18 ring. The thing with Beterbiev is he applies a lot of pressure, whether he's throwing punches or not. He cuts the ring off, he applies pressure. The thing with Callum Smith is the master of the jab. This is a guy that set world records for jabs thrown in fights. And he's going to need that jab, especially in that small ring. He's going to have to move around, jab, throw his power shots when he can. He also can't just sit back and jab the entire fight. So he has to kind of fight two fights, Callum Smith, I think. They're both in the ring. They're staring each other down. Michael Griffin is your referee. It's his 56th World Championship fight. He's giving them their final instructions. Buddy McGirt in the corner of Callum Smith. I know Iceman John Scully is one of the trainers of Beterbiev. $3 p.m. Sunday in Sydney, Australia, says Robert Rohn. Yeah, we are jealous. And we're underway. Here we go. Let's rock. Beterbiev once again applying the pressure early on. Already landed a body shot and is pouring it on Smith early. Oh boy, this could go quick. We're 15 seconds in, and Beterbiev has landed maybe 10 punches. That did not look good early on for Callum. Let's go, Dan. Let's go main card minute. You're the man. I'm jealous you're in Australia. Yep, Robert Rowan. I love when the chat interacts with each other. Ring size should be standard based on weight class. It's funny, right? Boxing, a lot of the rules are unified, but the rings can be different sizes. That's something that the fighters choose beforehand. So Callum Smith had to sign off on that. I know the A side is Beterbiev, and he gets to control a lot of the demands. Gail. I love Gail. What's up, Gail? Hi, Dan. Glad you're doing this. I'd rather listen to you. Thank you so much, Gail. I love Joe Tessitore and the team at ESPN. They do a great job. These are fun, too. You know, I'll be calling some fights on, February 2nd on DAZN for MVP Prospect Show. But let's focus on this one. 1:40 to go. Beterbiev cutting off the ring, landing some shots early on. Smith got to do something. He's got to get the attention of Beterbiev early. Time you want to sync on the stream right now. 126, 125, 124, 123. I'm watching on ESPN Plus. Artur is jacked. He's in unbelievable shape. I'm not surprised by that. He likes those long trunks with the socks and got the long beard. He's an intimidating looking man in there. There's no doubt about that. And he's starting to hammer to the body. And Beterbiev is not a big body puncher, right? Fast start from Beterbiev. You're right. He's usually a slow starter. That's a scary thought, seeing Beterbiev pick up the pace right in the first round. All right, Smith's starting to come on that front foot, come forward a little bit. None of that's really landing, but that's good to get, touch the gloves, touch the arms. Get that jab working. You're going to need that jab, Callum Smith. Want to set up that lethal right hand that we've seen at 175. He's got 2 knockouts at 175. Smith. He's only fought 6 rounds since the Canelo fight. That's because he has knocked out both of his opponents at 175 in quick work. Beterbiev with a nice right hook that split the guard. Callum's got a big guard. He's keeping his hands nice and high because he knows Beterbiev isn't a big body puncher. But Beterbiev got a right hand in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good round from Beterbiev. Good round. Agree with Gail. Enjoy these commentary, Dan. Melissa. What's up, Melissa? How are you? Good to see you here. Who do you think won that first round? Obviously, Beterbiev did. So, only people that think won that first round were Smith or maybe his four brothers. He stole Iverson's shorts. Yes, they are rather large. He's not going for those short. First round in the books. I think it's 10-9 10-9 Artur Beterbiev. Obviously a 10-9 round for Beterbiev. He came out quick. That's surprising. Did not think he was going to come out so fast. It's not really his MO, but maybe he heard the criticisms. Maybe I'm going to get a quick start, get into the rattle Callum Smith. As we saw in that Canelo fight, Callum Smith didn't put up much of a fight there. All right, round 2 underway, and it's more Beterbiev cutting off the ring and really applying pressure. Beterbiev landed 20 punches in round 1. Smith only landed 6. Smith's coming up, pumping that jab here in round 2. See, he had success with a right. He finally landed a right over the top because he was throwing the jab to set it up. Why do people think Smith will win? He got dog walked by Canelo. People are giving Smith a chance because he's looked pretty good at 175, and people really are just still don't give Beterbiev credit. They think he's some type of one-trick pony that only can throw power shots, and he is almost 40 years old. But people need to give Beterbiev a lot more credit about his boxing ability. Smith is slow. I mean, he's always kind of been this type of fighter. That ring is so small. Good God, when they show that overhead angle, that looks like one of the rings they set up like for the media workouts that are just kind of like fake rings. We're halfway through round 2. Not as a good of a round for Beterbiev that he had in the first. A little more calculated for him. But he's doing great work with the footwork. Keep a look at Beterbiev's feet. He's always moving, and he's constantly applying pressure, cutting off the ring. Smith is throwing hard shots, but nothing's really landed. I think this fight's going the distance. That was Beterbiev on by points. Was an interesting bet. People are leaning into B's age too much. I mean, it's definitely a factor. I mean, Father Time is undefeated, but you can reverse the aging process by living a healthy life. And that's something that Beterbiev does, something that Bernard Hopkins did. Floyd Mayweather as well. Smith's starting to throw with a little more force now. 2 left hooks land for Smith, and he's going to body. A lot better round for Smith here. Active. That ring is tiny. You're right, Jay. The ring is friggin' small. He's so strong and disciplined more than the average 38-year-old. Yeah, man. It's true. Beterbiev 7-12 would be a good bet right now. Live bet. But the odds have probably dropped on that. Smith needs to stay on the outside so he doesn't shorten his punches. Yeah, a lot of times these taller fighters, they smother their work. Smith is doing a pretty decent job at staying at a range where he can land one of those long rights. Round 2, done. I think Beterbiev won round 2 as well. I think Smith had a better round, though. What are the numbers? 11 of 61 for Smith. Definitely. Okay. It's Beterbiev that's out jabbing Smith. And I told you just before that Callum Smith set a world record for most jabs thrown at 168. Guy is a jab machine. Unless you're Bernard Hopkins or George Foreman, age is always a question. Yep, absolutely. 1-1. A couple of you, Steve Cummings. You can give swing round. You can give Smith a second round. I would not be opposed to that. Let's just say it's 1-1 right now. Can you do another count with the round starts? Yes, the round just started. We are at 256, 255, 254, 253, 252. For those that want to sync up. Fight only going the last 8 rounds, says Quincy Gibbs, brother-in-law. Going to sleep. Smith is going to sleep, says Quincy. Do we agree? Big tree going to fall. Beterbiev's going to chop down that big tree, Callum Smith. Look at I love the pressure that Beterbiev forces on you. Throws about 50 to 60 punches around. Good pace, but Smith's constantly got to be thinking in there. He's just kind of staggering back a little bit. Well, you don't want to be on the ropes if you're Callum Smith. That's where he was for a majority of the Canelo fight. You don't want to be on the ropes when you're fighting a guy like Canelo or you're fighting a guy like Beterbiev, because those guys can get around the guard and they throw really hard shots. Smith needs to move off those ropes, center around, get back to the center of the ring, throw a jab. Okay. Smith, wait, what do we got here? Tell him to pick. One of the shots was low. Looking good so far. Well, what's the chat saying? We need a timer on these. I forgot to add the timer. I'm going to add the timer. I got to figure out how to do that for the next one. Scorecards. We don't need no stinking scorecards, but it is 1-1 on my unofficial scorecard. Smith might get knocked out, says T. Certainly, every Beterbiev opponent has been knocked out. 19-0, 19 stoppages. Beterbiev putting constant pressure. It's amazing. I love watching fighters like that. Now he's starting to jab. Beterbiev is landing that jab at will. Yeah, that right stick is just right in the eye of Smith. Keep throwing that jab. You keep showing it, and all of a sudden, Beterbiev will come through with those power shots. And he's not like a one-punch knockout guy, Beterbiev. He'll beat you down. He's more of like a accumulator, and he'll wear you down 5th, 6th, 7th round, 8th round. As Chris said on the show this week, he'll break your bones. He'll make you bloody. He'll stop you. Beterbiev-Bivol? I don't know. That's such a hard. It's just like a question of. We'll talk about it a lot after the fight if Beterbiev wins. It's like more of a question of what you prefer as a fan. Do you like Beterbiev's style of coming forward and mashing you down, or do you like Bivol moving, shifting defense? You would think a good defense usually beats a good offense. I don't know. Hard to pick against Beterbiev. That's the end of round 3. And pretty abruptly. I don't know. I guess that was another Artur round. Got the jab going. I give round 3 to Beterbiev. 2-1 Beterbiev. Beterbiev is out jabbing Callum Smith. The taller, rangier Callum Smith. Didn't see that coming. How many rounds have gone and who's winning so far? All right, Marty is just joining us. Marty, we're entering the 4th round. I have Beterbiev up 2-1, landing his jab, out jabbing Smith, and getting some power shots in there. Starting to warm up, and Smith is bleeding apparently. 3-0 Beterbiev, says Chris. 29-28 says main card minute. Gail has beat. What is it? Sorry, Gail. Bivol has the bigger upside. He was the underdog against Canelo. He won't care whether he's the underdog against Artur. Yeah, of course. Not ready to talk about Bivol yet. I will after the fight. Here we go. We're at 250, 249, 248, 247, 246. Round 4 of 12. I would say 2-1 Beterbiev, starting to heat up a little bit, starting to get that motor going, throwing a nice jab. Hasn't landed, and neither guy has landed anything devastating yet. But it's that jab that's got the nose bloody of Smith. That's scary. If you're Callum Smith, it's like, all right, I'm bleeding from the nose, and Beterbiev hasn't landed anything that crazy yet. Not a good sign. But I'm delayed over there too. All right, Smith's starting to land some stuff. Beterbiev's getting angles now. Smith up against the ropes again. Why are you against the ropes? Circle out. Circle out. He's getting tattooed now. Here comes Beterbiev, round 4. Smith is this fight's gonna end soon. Smith is getting walloped here against the ropes. It's gonna be it, folks. My guy's getting a good look in there, the referee. Michael Griffin. Smith's got to throw something to get him off the ropes. Throw something to get Beterbiev to think twice. Circle out. Circle out. Not circling out. Taking punishment. He's about to be stopped, says T-Villain. Yeah, probably. I'm from the UK, and a lot of people over here see Smith getting a stoppage. The UK fans are some of the most loyal fans in the world. They really back their fighters. I respect it. Oh, there's a nice right hand from Beterbiev. Beterbiev is doing a lot of work with Callum Smith's back against the ropes. All right, Smith's starting to throw with an uppercut himself. Finds the mark. All right, Callum Smith getting beat for 2 minutes of this round. Lands something nice there. Dagestani's box like they wrestle. Don't prioritize the finish, more so break the opponent's will. Yeah. People have called Beterbiev the Khabib of boxing. Smith recovered well. I agree. Took a lot of punishment there, but he was able to. He's still throwing right now, and he's not just like looking to survive. He's looking to impose some damage, so that's good. I want to see a nice long fight here. All right, it's a nice left hand from Callum Smith. Both these guys can be hit. You know, both these guys are hovering around that 40% in terms of their opponent's power connect rate. So both these guys can get hit. Eddie Hearn trying to tell everyone Smith is going to knock out. Of course, Eddie Hearn's going to say that. He's a promoter. He doesn't even believe half the things he says, Eddie Hearn. Right hand from Beterbiev, ending the round strong. Definitely another Beterbiev round. Callum Smith kind of staggering to his corner. Great job. Thanks for the insight. Yeah, of course, Dylan. Thank you for joining. Smith's not moving too much on the ropes. Yeah, the ropes is where Smith is getting pummeled when he's on the ropes. But he's on the ropes for a reason. He's on the ropes because Beterbiev is applying an insane amount of pressure, and he's cutting off the ring. Fighters out there, young fighters, watch Beterbiev's footwork, man. It's insane. 3-1 Beterbiev. Yeah, probably have the same. Give that second round to Smith, and then the last 2 for Beterbiev. Any Beterbiev starting to pull away. Smith, I saw that, Mickey. What's up, Mickey? Smith did have did stumble to the corner there. Probably because of this, what you're watching now, the replays from the last round. Starts with the jab. Double jab. Boom. Short right hand. That was a beautiful punch. Quick. Bah. Bah. Shortest punch right there. Off topic, Dan. We were between rounds. Do you have any good boxing gyms on Long Island? What's that gym out in Mastic that there's not many gyms on Long Island, boxing gyms. I have to ask Algieri and get back to you. I think on Monday's episode, we might do a mailbag. We're going to obviously break this fight down and then what's next. And then we'll do a mailbag. Smith doesn't use his height and reach properly. See, this happens often with a lot of tall fighters, man. I see it a lot. Tall fighters, they crouch down and they smother their work and they crouch down to the level of their shorter opponent. Gail, Buddy McGirt says, stay your ass off the ropes. Easier said than done so far. We are, look at that. Punches last round, Beterbiev 32-11. We're about close to halfway through the 5th round. Beterbiev is picking up the pace, picked it up around the 4th round, middle of the 3rd round. 4th round was probably the best round for Beterbiev. But Smith was able to land a combination in the middle of the 4th round that kind of stopped Beterbiev's offense. Beterbiev did have a good ending of the 4th round, but Smith showed a little bit of fight in that 4th round. Excel Boxing and Mastic, that might be it. I think Joe Smith was training there for a while. I know that when Algieri lived on Long Island, he trained at either in the city or in Brooklyn or at what's that guy's gym? I forgot his name. I'm thinking about the fight right now. Algieri moved to Vegas to get the best sparring because there's not much on Long Island. Beterbiev jab is so solid. Gets him to yes. That's such a great observation, Gibson. His jab is so underrated. Everyone just thinks of his power shots, right? They don't just think of the power shots with Beterbiev. He's more than just a one-trick pony. I mean, his jab is setting up all these shots and getting him in the proper range. It's a beautiful thing to watch. Another good point here from T is that I feel the only person that can handle Biev's pressure is Bivol. Yes, Bivol can handle any type of fighter, especially a pressure fighter. That's right, plays right into the hands of Bivol. That's why that fight could be so good. Final 10 seconds here, round 5. That jab is like a power punch. It's only a matter of time here. Whoever had Beterbiev's second half of the fight is probably going to cash in there. Beterbiev jab is so solid, gets him right to the range he wants. Yep. Beterbiev is an expert at cutting off the ring.
20 39 jabs landed last round.
Yep. Triple G, similar. Yep. Wow. Ring sizes in the contract or something Smith would become aware of closer to fight. Usually it's in the contract. They're no, everything is in the contract. Right up until the walkouts, who's coming in first, who's coming in second, tickets, where the fans and friends are going to sit, family, all that's negotiated, especially big fights like this. Beterbiev 7 through 12 is looking good right now. Gail, it's to Beterbiev's advantage to get rounds in before he has to face Bivol. He's not in a huge hurry. I think it would be probably sometime in the summer or the fall and better in Saudi Arabia. I don't know what their schedule is over there. I know they put up in a lot of fights right now, right a season. Jab is Loma like underrated. Yeah, jab is very underrated. Loma, I feel like, is not underrated. Jabs landed. Look at that. 68-22. Smith is supposed to be the guy throwing the jab. Big right hand from Beterbiev. Follows it up with a left uppercut. The jab is just starting off all these combinations. Watch every combination of Beterbiev that starts with the jab. To the body, upstairs. It's beautiful. This guy is awesome to watch. Oh, another left. We are 216, 215, 214, 213 of the 6th round. Been all Beterbiev. Maybe gave one round to Smith, the second round. But Beterbiev punches are so on point tonight. Gorgeous to watch. Yeah, no ring rust here from Beterbiev. Didn't get old overnight. Just a freaking, he's a machine. Smith is just standing in front of him. He's not throwing his jab enough, finding himself on the ropes too often. This is looking like a lot of Beterbiev fights where he just kind of breaks down these taller opponents. All right, he's going down there. He's holding on for dear life. Smith, top of the head punch. Bah! Bah! One of those. We are about a minute 20 here on my stream of the 6th round. About to be halfway through this fight. Minute left. Another Beterbiev round. Just because Smith is kind of like his volume is decreasing round by round. Trying to survive now. And when you're trying to survive in the 6th round of a 12-round fight against a guy with a 100% knockout rate, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. Beterbiev's punches. Yep, you said that already. Nice. Smith doing a better job, but jab is too much. Yep, the jab has been the thing. Which is a scary, scary thought for Beterbiev. The jab is winning him this fight. It's not the power shots. The power shots will end the fight. The jab is what's setting them up.
Oh, God. 16 jabs landed this round.
Coming down to the end of round 6, Beterbiev slowly taking the fight out of Smith with a lot of jabs. 16 jabs landed that round. That's an astronomical number. 18 jabs landed. That's a big number. It's a huge number. Yes, the cross is just missing for Beterbiev. It's only going to be a matter of time before he lands it. And then we got ourselves a problem. That's going to be good night. Lights out for Mr. Smith. Where's everyone watching from? Where are we all tuning in from? Come on, it's Rida season. You're redneckish. I am not a redneck. I'm from New York City, my friend. Rida season? Rida season. That's what I've been saying. Rida? It's not Rider. It's Rida. 60-54, says Beterbiev. Okay. Smith should have had grapplers showing him how to clinch in camp. Yep. It's a big underrated part of boxing is knowing when to hold. Watching from Long Island, Wisconsin, Manchester, UK. What's up? Philly in the house. Central California, Daytona Beach, Fort Worth, Texas. Melissa, I see you. Vancouver, Canada. We're coming in from all over the place. Oh, that's what I like to see. It's an international sport. Australia, Canada, Yuma, Arizona. Let's go. 7th round. We're about 30 seconds into the 7th round. Beterbiev is throwing more jabs. He's landing those jabs. When you're throwing a jab and you're landing it as much as Beterbiev is, those power shots are just so much likelier to land. Watching from India. That's a first. What's up? Wow. That's pretty cool. Oxford, UK. Awesome. Australia, buzzing. All right, we got ourselves. This fight might be over, folks. I'm reading where everyone's calling in from, and Beterbiev is just mashing Callum Smith. Callum Smith is down. Callum Smith is down, and will he get up? Will he get up? 6, 7, 8. Looking over to his corner. Round, it goes on. Smith is down. He's up now. We got a minute 35 here. Beterbiev is laying it on him now. Artur Beterbiev looking to go 20-0 with 20 stoppages here. This could be all over, folks. Down he goes again. Down he goes again. Buddy McGirt up on the apron. They're stopping it. It's all over. Artur Beterbiev goes to 20-0, 20 stoppages. Bring on the fight with Dmitry Bivol. Bring us undisputed once and for all. Unbelievable performance by Beterbiev. Just chopped him down with behind a jab and just did what he does, man. Wears you down, wears you out, knocks you out. It's all over, folks. It is all over. Wow. Main card, good for you, man. 4 for 4 tonight on UFC, 1 for 1 in boxing. Okay. Drinks on you. Posting some social media stuff now. I had a bunch of graphics made up, and then waiting for once the fight goes, you post them. That's what I do. I do everything here. One-stop shop inside Boxing Live. Artur Beterbiev stops Callum Smith to stay perfect. Boom. What a show from Beterbiev. Let's hear from you folks. Let's hear from everybody. What are we saying? What are we thinking? Unquestionable finishing machine. Yes, my guy from India. 20-0, 20 knockouts. Scariest man. Definitely deserves more pound for pound credit. I feel like I don't hear too much pound for pound stuff with Beterbiev. He was so patient too. Yes, thank you, Chris. I agree. Patience, power, jab. This guy's got it all. Beterbiev-Bivol is going to be friggin' awesome. Drinks on me, Dan. Come to the island if you're not already here. I'm on the island right now. Eddie Hearn is crying. Eddie knew. Eddie knew what was going to happen in this fight. He was going to back his guy no matter what, but Eddie knew. Oh, I can see the whole Matchroom team there. It's Eddie Hearn, and I see Kevin Rooney. Great night of boxing. He's a monster. Let's see if Bivol can do it. Was a great night of boxing. It was a good card, man. The Maloney-Sanchez fight was arguably one of the best fights we've seen so far in 2024. I know we're only 11 days in. Mabili was good TV, and then Beterbiev. I mean, a good card. Can't beat it. Bivol, bring it on. I think it's already signed. I think we get that fight. I think that's next. We get Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev. Should be next. Look right into the camera and say it. Dmitry Bivol, you've been a champion since 2017. Artur Beterbiev, you've been a champion since 2017. It's slightly embarrassing that the two of you haven't fought already, but now with the backing of Saudi Arabia, it is finally time to get an undisputed champion at 175 pounds. The power and destruction of Artur Beterbiev, the swift and defensive boxing of Dmitry Bivol, going to be an excellent fight. We'll figure out who is the best light heavyweight of this generation. Can't wait. What do we think? How do we think that fight's going to play out? He's beating Bivol. It's happening. We'll see. Bivol looked pretty good too. I mean, Bivol will unanimous decision you to death. He might just wear down Bivol and finish him too. Very hard fight to pick. That's the way fights should be. Undisputed fights should be 50-50 fights. We should have all sorts of opinions out there on how the fight should go. It should not be these one-sided affairs. That's why I love undisputed fights. That's why I love unified fights, because we will never know who's gonna win, and nor should we. The Bivol fight feels like a proper massive fight. Very excited for that. Yes, me too. Alex Lugo, Beterbiev Bivol is gonna move mountains. Okay. 38 years old. Let's hope for the old man. Yes, all of us mid-30-year-olds are, we got a lot to going for us this year. First, Ismael Barroso, and now Artur Beterbiev doing it for the late 30s, early 40s out there. Whoever Barroso might be 50 or 60 years old for all we know. Love the way the Canadian fans embrace Beterbiev. Yes, Beterbiev is now, he has been a Canadian resident. He's a citizen of Canada. He's lived in Montreal for like 10, 15 years. Wish it was longer watch for the watch-along sake. Yeah. Can't have it all, right? Damn. Artur Beterbiev gets it done. Can record a little, no, what else we got for social media? Pop, pop. Yep. What are we thinking is gonna how does Bivol Beterbiev go? Answer some questions now, and we'll take it to the post-fight portion of this live stream. Is answering questions and seeing what we got here. What should be the opening betting lines for Beterbiev Bivol? Probably Beterbiev slight favorite. Really close. Like, I don't know, -110 maybe. Impressed by Mark Chinook busting out the French. Nice. Chinook is pretty good at that. Can't be more stoked for a fight right now. It's one of the best fights you can make in the sport. I mean, 2024 is already going to be awesome. We got Fury Usyk on February 17th. We got Beterbiev Bivol. We got a big heavyweight fight, Joshua Ngannou, and that's going to be stacked with heavyweight fights. And then whatever happens with the 140-pounders out there, and Crawford's coming back. Canelo, versus Benavidez. Bare knuckle? No. How the F is AB not top 10 pound for pound? This is my problem with pound for pound lists. What list do you go by? What's the end all be all list? Is it ESPN? Is it Ring Magazine? I mean, I don't really do pound for pound lists. If you follow me, you know that. But if I did make them, Beterbiev was on that list. Did he look good? It was a sparring last fight for Bivol. I don't know how looking good. He looked like Bivol. Bivol looked like Bivol in that last fight. That's him. He frustrates you by the fact he doesn't get the guy out of there. He totally disarms his opponents. He jabs. He moves. Does Beterbiev Bivol go the distance? I would assume, yeah. I would say like the over-under would be like 10.5 just because of Bivol's defense. I think Beterbiev showed something new this fight, increased chances with Bivol. What I liked for Beterbiev in this fight was he didn't waste any time early on. He went right for it from the opening bell, and that's scary. Like the thing with Beterbiev, he doesn't have a lot of things wrong with his offense. He doesn't have a lot of critiques. One critique is that he starts slow. Can't pick between the two. It'd be a good fight. I'm not ready to pick yet either, Melissa. I'm not ready to pick a winner for that one. I have to really look at everything, and I didn't pick a Spence Crawford winner to the night before, and I picked Crawford by like pretty much flipping a coin. He's on the yeah, exactly. The only pound for pound list that does matter to me is the 2 beers pound for pound list. Damn right. Started fast finally. Yep, a nice fast start for Beterbiev, and it paid off. Another thing to take from this is the jab from Beterbiev. I think tonight you saw that he's more than just a power puncher. I mean, you knew that most boxing fans, smart boxing fans that follow along with Inside Boxing Live, best and smartest fan base out there, know that Beterbiev is more than just a power puncher. He is a all-around great boxer. Canobbio, can Bivol do 12 perfect rounds against Beterbiev? That's the beauty of the fight. Can he last 12 rounds of doing the Bivol, darting in and out, in and out, in and out with the jab, when he's going up against the guy that knows how to disarm a jab in Beterbiev and has worn down everyone that's ever gotten in the ring with him? Whoa, 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 thunder. Let's get some more questions in here. Did slow down a bit in the middle rounds, though, with Smith not moving much. I mean, we're all human. He slowed down a tiny, tiny bit. Get some numbers here. How much longer do you think Beterbiev has at the top level? He's pretty old. I mean, yeah, he's old, just a number. I mean, look at him tonight. It's one of his better performances. And yeah, he can stay at the top. I'm not ready to forecast when Beterbiev is going to fall off from the top because he hasn't shown any signs of that. So it's really hard to say that. It's just pure speculation. Could be wrong in the numbers guy. Yes, you're right. He did slow down in the middle rounds because he came out in those first 2 rounds and threw a shit ton of punches. So you got to pace yourself. I mean, especially when you're up there close to 40 years old. No one he knows his body and he knows his motor. Where is it? Here it is. I'm going to post this one on social media too. Okay, let's post that. Anyone out there have a strong opinion on how a Beterbiev-Bivol fight goes? And you know what's kind of crazy too is like we saw so many undisputed fights in 2023, and some in 2022 as well. The only ones we haven't seen are heavyweight and light heavyweight, and we're getting those. One in February, which is signed, sealed, delivered, and then a light heavyweight fight. Undisputed fight between Beterbiev and Bivol. For the most part, a lot of these divisions are going to see undisputed champions, or at least guys that have at least 3 belts. Go through it. 147, Crawford, 1 undisputed. 140, Haney, 1 undisputed. 135, not undisputed. 130, we don't have an undisputed champ. 154, Charlo, undisputed. 160, middleweight, it's tough to even think about 160. 168, Canelo, undisputed. 175, soon to have an undisputed champ, and then heavyweight as well. Who wins, Beterbiev age 28 or Beterbiev age 38? I didn't really watch him too much at age 28. Probably the younger version, right? Even though the older one has looked pretty good, smarter, wiser, more patient. 2 beers is lockstep. Beterbiev KO. Okay. KO Beterbiev 10. If Joe Smith caught him once, Beterbiev can catch him 3 or 4 times. I'd favor Beterbiev. We got Aram in the ring. What's he saying? Wow, it's midnight. That happened quick. April or May, they're saying. Is Bob really selling Top Rank? I don't know. I really don't trust the sources. The guy who put that out there is a jackass. So, I mean, Top Rank has been rumored to be being sold for years. But I wouldn't be shocked by it. I mean, if there is someone that can come in and do it, it's that group, the TKO group. You know, WWE, UFC, they have a lot of money, and they can go in and just take Top Rank, boom, just like that. But that wouldn't be great. You really want Top Rank controlled by UFC and WWE? No. What did you think of Smith's performance? I mean, that was not great. Maybe he had one or two moments in there where he landed something. He didn't jab at all. He found himself on the ropes a lot. Really bad performance, but kind of expecting that. 3 months after April, Ramadan coming up. Yes. Random question, but what's your skincare routine? My girlfriend says you have good skin. I really don't have a skincare routine at all. I just use soap. Pretty lame. I moisturize a lot. I use Kiehl's moisturizer every day. But other than that, I have nothing. No like crazy routine. What's up with the back of the head shot? I didn't see a back of the head shot. I see that throat shot. That's a tough one to bounce back from. Think too many underestimate how good of a boxer AB is. I don't think he'll be overwhelmed by Bivol's skill or size. His power is just different. Yeah, that's another thing too. Is people sleep on Bivol on Beterbiev's boxing ability? You know, Bivol's probably the better boxer, but you know, Beterbiev's not that far behind. Let's see. Gail, what are you saying? So 3 months out from the middle of April in Saudi Arabia, says Bob Arum, mid-July. All right. I think a nice little summer undisputed fight. That's what Bob said. Ramadan is coming up, and B wants a 3-month camp. Okay. Final punch stats. Beterbiev landed 40% overall. He limited Smith to just 16%. 38% jabs. Wow. 95 jabs landed. Beterbiev landed more jabs than power shots. That's scary. This is a scary, scary man. Back of the head shots at the end, I didn't catch those. Unfortunately, those are punches that a lot of refs don't see. It's a big problem in the sport. My friend Lou DiBella is always talking about those rapid punches. Refs aren't going to do anything about them, then who will? Smith probably digesting his Adam's apple after that throat punch. Bro, I imagine getting punched in the throat by Beterbiev. Oh, God. There's a lot of things I'd rather do than get punched in the throat by Artur Beterbiev. Anyone else got a few more questions? We're going to have a brand new podcast on Monday. Probably Monday afternoon, early evening it will be out. And I'm trying to secure a few interviews for later in the week for content. We're going to be in the JM warehouse, John Boy warehouse, towards the end of the week, so I'm not going to be able to do two shows. Lou DiBella's Broadway boxing. Yes, that's where I started my broadcast career. Was on Lou DiBella's Broadway boxing. Beterbiev chopped down Smith as he bent over, so he did catch him in the back of the head. Thank you, Gail. Where's Ronnie at? Give Ronnie the weekend off. That guy works so hard. Don't need him on a live stream. I can pretty much handle it myself. Ronnie's probably out on a date or something. The guy's the man. Beterbiev versus Canelo. I think that ship has sailed. I think Canelo is going to be at 168 for the next couple of years. I think he tried the 175, and he had some success against old Kovalev, and then he really went too far trying to fight Bivol. No, I don't want to see Beterbiev. Let Beterbiev and Bivol fight and win. They'll get a winner there. Let Canelo fight Benavidez. Then we can figure that out. We still want to see Canelo go up to 175 again. I don't watch UFC. I respect MMA fighters. I know, like, I wouldn't even say I'm a casual. I'm like a notch below casual in UFC. Like, I'll watch the really, really big fights. I don't know a lot about UFC, but I did call a lot of MMA on Long Island. Shout out Flex Fight Series. Yes. I'll have some news on Puerto Rico. The MVP, Amanda Serrano. Here's my MVP hat. Amanda Serrano is fighting at the Coliseum. Jake Paul. It's going to be an awesome card. Everything's looking like I will be headed there. I'll have an official announcement soon. But I'm also calling MVP show on February 2nd, live from Orlando on regular DAZN. Great fights. Prospects. Undefeated guys. I love doing that. Am I going to attend Beterbiev-Bivol? I need someone to pay the freight. If a company's out there willing to send me and Chris Algieri to the Middle East, we'll come back with some of the greatest content. It will be awesome. I am not opposed to heading over to Saudi Arabia. It's a long flight, but it would be a trip of a lifetime. Can anyone under 200 pounds beat Beterbiev? Bivol. Can anyone over 200 pounds? I don't know. Maybe Usyk. Do you still favor Bivol against Artur? He looked damn good tonight. It's hard. I think I don't know who will be the favorite. I guess Beterbiev will be the favorite, right? How do you not pick Beterbiev? I mean, in terms of like favorite, how do you not install Beterbiev as a slight favorite, considering he's 20-0 with 20 stoppages? Me and Chris in Saudi Arabia would be hilarious. Two guys from Long Island on camels and being idiots. Bivol versus Beterbiev is going to be a great boxing match, says Edwin. I agree, man. Saudi Arabia still prosecutes people for witchcraft. All right, I won't bring my witch outfit. I'll be on my best behavior if I go to Saudi Arabia. We're getting a full Inside Boxing Live and Morning Combat crossover. I'm down. I got to set that up. We need to do that. It has to be in person, though. I don't want to do it over Zoom. You know, when you get over Zoom, it's not the same. So we need to get me, DC, BC, Luke Thomas, Chris Algieri in one room on a couch. That would be epic. Post-fight comments from Callum Smith sound like he's considering hanging him up. Wouldn't be shocked. It's a guy that had a big-time run at 168, climbed to the top at 168, fought Canelo Alvarez. You don't get any bigger than that. Fought Artur Beterbiev. Can join the other Smith brothers, and good career. Very good career. Just didn't win the big one. Chris will have to lay off the martinis if you go. Yeah, I don't think you can drink over there. Like I was talking to Todd Grisham, like you can't even drink on the flights to Saudi Arabia, and I know you can't drink when you're there. That's tough. MK all day. I love Morning Combat. I've been on it a few times. Saudi in boxing to throw money like crazy. We know in the world. See, like we talked about this on our year-end show, how the 2022 will be remembered for the year that Saudi Arabia really put their flag, planted their flag in the sport of boxing. And I think fans at first were a little skeptical about Saudi Arabia. Like, what do they really mean? Or do they love the sport? But I think at this point, boxing fans have to be ecstatic that Saudi Arabia is around, because we're getting Beterbiev-Bivol, we're getting Fury Usyk, we're getting Ngannou versus Joshua in these Day of Reckoning type of cards. That the U.S. markets in the U.S. or UK, they can't even do that. Thank you, Gail. Appreciate that. What are your thoughts on Mabili? I think he's an outstanding offensive fighter. I mean, the guy threw 80 punches around for 6 rounds. He only had 230 plus punches in 6 rounds, I should say, in 18 minutes. Defense needs work, but he's more thinking offense out there. He's not thinking defense. And as fans, you have to love that. I think he'll have a tough time beating the top at 168, but he's going to make for really fun fights. How do we get you guys over there? Chris come out of retirement and get on the card? Should we start a GoFundMe? Chris is like open. He keeps bringing up Saudi Arabia on the show, and he'll never say a bad thing about them, and nor should he, because as a boxing fan, they're giving us everything we want. Like, I guarantee if Saudi Arabia offered Chris money to fight, he'd be there in a second. Yeah, exactly. I don't want him to fight anymore. Maybe a Khan rematch Chris has talked about. This is all like just complete, like I don't think he's ever going to fight again. But Adrian Broner versus Chris Algieri in Saudi Arabia would be funny. I don't know. The rate we're going with, with the type of year we had last year, someone might send us out there. But that's probably a pretty penny to get over there. Let's go. Mabili versus Diego Pacheco. I saw that Mannix tweeted that. how do you even make that fight? Who was Mobili signed with? Who was his promoter? Does he have like a Canadian promoter? Is that guy? Who's that guy? Forgot his name. Pacheco. That's a tough one. There's not a lot of money in that fight. It's Mobili is ranked number 1 and 2, or top ranked in 2 of the organizations. So I think Mobili has his sight sets on the bigger names. Like, I don't think he has his sight set on Pacheco, even though I think Pacheco's coming up the ranks too in terms of mandatories and all that stuff. Dan, keep pushing that. Let's get Chris a huge payday. Chris he's doing fine right now as a media guy, but that's the Saudi money's way different. I never understood the Callum Smith hype. Who was he beating? One arm to pass his prime George Groves in a career middleweight. Again, past his prime. Hassan Endam. Yeah, I mean, the Callum Smith came into focus because of the World Boxing Super Series. That thing made him who he is today and got him a Canelo fight, and now got him to 175 with a profile. I mean, you could poke holes in a lot of people's resumes. He's just, he was very good at a time at 168 where the division didn't have some of the guys it has now. Beterbiev's power jab is similar to Terrence Crawford's. I 100% agree. It looked like a power punch tonight. Scary. Very, very scary. Everything he throws is hard. The outcome of the fight was expected with Smith. Yep. There were a lot of people giving Smith a chance, and I didn't quite understand why. I thought that the odds were interesting to throw some dollars, sprinkle some money on. If you want to sprinkle some money on Smith catching Beterbiev with a shot, because people think Beterbiev is up there in age, and Smith had shown power at 175. You could sprinkle $10 on that, $20 on that, and get something back. But obviously, Smith is not in the same class as Beterbiev. Before, I thought Bivol would pretty much school Beterbiev. Now I got to admit, I can easily see Beterbiev hurting and stopping Bivol. That would be crazy because we've never seen Bivol in any type of trouble. Canelo had a little bit of success, but it was all Bivol in that fight. Thank you, Gail. Gail is all over it tonight. Mobili is signed to Eye of the Tiger. And does Eye of the Tiger, are they affiliated with a network? I'm sure they don't have any exclusive rights to any network. And some of those smaller promotions don't have network obligations. Yard versus Callum on the Bivol Artur undercard. I mean, yeah, not in a rush to watch Callum Smith fight again. Yard, yes, I like Anthony Yard a lot. Also, he lost to the European level fighter in John Ryder. He had a piss poor performance against Canelo. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna kick a man while he's down. Callum Smith, he's got the most out of his career. Oh, what he's talking about? Would Chris still fight? Not sure if he's retired, but would wreck Broner. I'm not going to speak for Chris. He hasn't fought in quite a while. He's really enjoying his time working here at Inside Boxing Live. He does pro box stuff. I think Chris is going to have a very, very long career as a broadcaster and a media person. I hope he doesn't fight, but if he does want to fight one more time, I'll support him and I'll be there. I'll be in his corner. We already worked that out. I will be part of Chris Algieri's corner if he ever fights again, but I don't think he will. It's up to him. I'm disappointed that Arthur isn't Christian. Okay. That's an interesting comment. Dan, I really enjoy the animated CompuBox graphics lately. Who came up with that? What are you screaming about? I was thinking the same thing about Beterbiev. His lead hand looks like a southpaw fighting an orthodox. Nasty stuff. Nasty. A couple more questions here, and then we'll call it a night. A tall fighter who likes to fight on the inside, never going to beat Beterbiev. Not only that, but Beterbiev was also the more technically sound fighter. That's the part, Larry, that really impressed me tonight, was Beterbiev was the better technical fighter than he was the better jabber. Callum Smith had a crazy long reach advantage, height advantage. Came into the fight as one of the better jabbers at 168, 175, and he was disarmed and wasn't able to jab in there. And was not even close to what Beterbiev was doing. Is Inside Boxing Life still hiring? Maybe in the future. Got some plans. Got some things in the works. That would be sick. You in Chris's corner, yeah, bro. I don't want to see Chris fight again, but there's like 5% of me does because I will be able to be a part of his camp and walk in the ring with them and stuff. That would be so cool. It's like the one thing in boxing I haven't done is I haven't been in the corner of a fighter or done a ring walk with a fighter. Pretty much done everything else. Been in the ring before the fight, been in the ring after the fights, been in locker rooms, did coffee box, broadcasting. I haven't ever been a part of a fighter walkout. I need to experience that once. UK overhypes their fighters every time. Yes, they are guilty of that. They are guilty of overhyping, and they are definitely ride hard for their fighters, UK fans. I kind of respect it because here in the US, there isn't that same type of loyalty to the fans, or to the fighters, I should say. You don't really see that. Like, UK fans support UK fighters. US fans will support UK fighters, sometimes over US fighters. So Algiri Provodnikov too. I don't know what Siberian Rocky's up to these days. Has anyone seen him lately? Does he ever like post stuff on social media? Like, I would love to get Chris and Provodnikov in the same room together. Chris is awesome on ProBox. Yes, he is. Arthur's boxing is probably good enough to get you. You got to figure who eventually catches Bivol. I think a lot of people are going to edge Beterbiev, right? The two of them have fought in the last 3 weeks, Beterbiev and Bivol. And Bivol looked like Dmitry Bivol usually does. Underwhelming at times, but ultimately outboxes his opponent. Then you look at Beterbiev. He just broke down and just knocked out whatever you think of Callum Smith. So if you're going by what have you done for me lately, which the sport really is, you kind of have to give the edge to Beterbiev, and I would not be shocked to see the public really start to back Beterbiev over Bivol. Good night, Gail. I will stay out of the DMs. You're right. Always. The guy that fought Mobili looked like Algiri. Yeah, I got a lot of texts. I got a tweet from Carl Moretti. He had that chiseled jawline. Yes, that only Chris Algiri has. Would you ever be down to watch boxing in 4-ounce gloves? I think that's a bridge too far. I think now we're getting into UFC territory and gruesome, and I'm happy with. I like the 8 ounces. 8 ounces, yeah. Love the energy UK boxing fans, bring. Yes, bro. UK boxing fans. That's one place I want to go to too. That I could probably see myself going to this year before Saudi Arabia is watching a fight in the UK. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they put on a lot of big fights anymore. That's a sad thing. Is that the big UK fighters are now fighting in Saudi, or they're coming over to the US. Like, there isn't that big Wembley fight that like a Joshua versus Klitschko. Hopefully there are, and if there are, I'm got to get out there. Let's get a few more in here. Apparently, 2 judges gave Smith 2 rounds. I wouldn't give him 2. I give him 1. I give him that second round. That's it. But judges suck, and they're usually wrong. We're finding out it's only 18-18 ring the day of the fight. I think the fighters knew that. It's just the public didn't know that. Why would you know that? They don't. It's not like something that boxing scene reports on when you get like the referees, the judges. They don't really tell you the size of the ring. They probably should. If you're going to be betting on sports, you want all the information you can possibly get. I'm curious if there's a way to find that information before a fight, because you don't really see it. And you're right. I didn't hear about the ring until today. Bivol has been trying to age Beterbiev out for a while. Only chance Dmitry got is hoping he gets old overnight. I don't think that's the case, man. I think they just... I don't know why they haven't fought. They've been champions since 2017 at the same time. And that's a long time to be champion and not fight the other champion in the division. I think both guys are to blame, not just Bivol. I think Beterbiev is to blame. I think Bivol is to blame. Their teams, separate promoters. But now Saudi Arabia cuts through the middle. They cut right through the promoter beef, and they just throw cash. Munguia versus Ryder. I think that's going to be a good one. That's the next big one in January. Michaela Mayer fights next weekend. And then January 27th is Ryder versus Munguia. I think Ryder is going to give Munguia everything he can handle. He's tough. Look, we saw Canelo give Canelo tough rounds towards the end. He'll get right in there on the inside of Munguia. Munguia is one of the best TV fighters. You could say what you want about him in his career. Munguia always brings it. These big fights are only Sandland from now on. Sandland. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, you can't get everything in boxing. You can't have it all. You can't have all these big fights happening in Vegas. It's always got to be something. So the one bad thing or the one negative is that it's not everyone can go to Saudi Arabia and watch these fights live. But we're still getting them. Benavidez versus Beterbiev. Ooh, wow. That is wild fight. Benavidez versus Beterbiev. Who would win? I don't really know. It's hard. Both are such talented offensive fighters. I just think Beterbiev has a few more tricks up his sleeve, has a little more poise, has shown a lot of patience, especially in his last couple of performances, especially in his performance against Smith. Benavidez is on the come up though. That would be an absolute shootout. More of a fan of MMA and boxing casual. Okay. Let's get some more comments in here. I'm all for the Saudi Arabia start times. Yes, me too. Give me afternoon boxing all day long where we can do more live content and it's not 12:30 at night, 1 in the morning. I agree there. The thing, Bivol doesn't just have the outbox Bivol. He has to fight a perfect fight and barely get hit on the ropes. That's hard to do against Beterbiev. Yep. Making a good point, making a good case there. Mike Perry versus Michael Seals was a really good watch. Small glove boxing. I think it kind of, when you get the smaller gloves and you get the bare knuckle stuff, it's just too gimmicky for me. I respect the hell out of Mike Perry. He's like reborn. His whole new career. He had a whole second life and second career because of bare knuckle. It's good for him. I don't know what I've heard. They came up around the same area in Russia. Bivol has known about Beterbiev. Yeah, I don't know if the WBC came out and said that they would never sanction a fight with Bivol because of his Russian ties. You know, Beterbiev is Russian too. He just happened to live in Montreal for the last 10 years. I think Bivol hasn't lived in Russia in a long time. I think Bivol lives in like Florida or something. It's just a stupid rule from the WBC, doing too much. All right, that's really it. What a night of fights. Artur Beterbiev with the big time stoppage. What do we got here? Benson tweeted Bob Arum has declared that he will be speaking to His Excellency to make Dmitry Bivol. Yeah, it's Eddie Hearn reported that there was already like signed, sealed, delivered. They just have, they're just waiting on Beterbiev to win. What a win for Artur Beterbiev. Thank you everyone for watching. Did something different tonight. We watched the fight together. Something we're going to be doing a lot more. We'll get Chris Algieri involved more. We'll do post-fight shows with Q&As. I appreciate everyone for leaving comments and talking throughout the whole night. It was awesome. Great times. Monday, new episode drops of Inside Boxing Live. Be on the look for that. Everyone have a wonderful night. Have a great weekend. Good night.